Disappointing down there at the deep mid-wicket boundary. Can he even hold it in with his boot? But yeah, once you try to restrict guys in the power play, at least maybe 50 or 40, 45, 50. I think that's good bowling. And the pitch is playing into both teams' hand 50-50 at this stage. Thing about it is that if Bangladesh can get a wicket now and really set the West Indies back, especially getting Shea Hope out, I think they might be in a driving seat so far. That's too high. I think Shea Hope wanted to hit that one to England. That was a big yahoo, as we will call it. He needs to hang in there. I think Shea Hope needs to understand that Derek Bradbury is in no form whatsoever. And the longer he can stay out there in the middle, the better for the Windies. Well, Hope is playing slightly differently than his previous innings in this series. Let's have a look at the wicket takers for the series. We've seen the leading batsman, Ashley Nurse, has bowled well. The Fizz has been good. Picked up 4 wickets in one game. Gabriel 6. Mortaz has been superb. Boyd Rankin, Ireland. Amber's on the pull. There's a man out in the deep. Shea Hope has generally gone about his business in a fairly quiet manner, without disrespecting a strike rate around the 80%, but today he looks like he wants to get on with it a bit more. I'm not sure whether that's the best method for Shea Hope today. You never know. Could be a team plan, be a little bit more aggressive in the power play. But what I think is being detrimental so far in his approach is the good bowling from Bangladesh. I think they've really bowled well this morning. Good finish to the over. 7 overs bowled, 31 for no loss.
আমার বিশ্বাস বিশুদ্ধ পানি উৎপাদনে প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার সর্বোচ্চ মান নিয়ন্ত্রণের ক্ষেত্রে কোনো কম্প্রোমাইজ করে না। প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার, এক বোতল প্রাণ শক্তি। গাজিটা নিরাপদ হোক পঞ্চা। ভালোবাসার সুন্দর গল্পগুলো তো সুন্দর কিছু থেকেই শুরু হয়। নান্দনিক ডিজাইন, পুরো স্টেনলেস স্টিল দিয়ে তৈরি। গাজি সিঙ্ক কিচেনটা সুন্দর করে, সংসারটাও। ইফাদ প্রিমিয়াম ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার, শুরু হোক বিশুদ্ধতায়।
Gloomy day. Couple of specks of rain just falling. We should be okay. Shouldn't be too much rain today. Seifert in to continue. Interesting, the pitches in this series, Tino, they haven't been overly quick. They haven't spun a great deal. They haven't seemed a great deal, but there's been some fine bowling performances, especially from the Bangladesh spinners. I'm thinking of Shakib. Mehedi's been excellent. Ashley Nurse for the West Indies, very good. So it's been good work by the spinners. It's been tough work for the seam bowlers. Batsmen have filled their boots. Did that miss the off stump? Neil Amber's eyes lit up, and in that 148 that he scored, he was hitting the ball beautifully straight. Even though he missed it, he just went leg slide slightly. Just hold your shape a little bit longer, Sunil. I think that one's going to go over by the cameraman, straight back. But yeah, it's been a series that the batsmen have really cashed in. The bowlers, the seamers have found it a little bit tough. But that's the way of one-day cricket nowadays. Everything is against the bowler. Even the umpire's decision. Everything is against the bowlers, especially the seamers. So what I think any advice I would give anyone playing this game now is try to make sure you can limit being hit for boundaries. So your strength have to be not only your line and your length, but also your field placement. I think it's very critical in this day and age of cricket.
Well, I just wonder whether the West Indies are going a little bit too hard here. Bangladesh haven't got Shakib Al Hasan, who's been a real foil in their side, you would think. He's not playing. So there's 10 overs that Bangladesh have to find from elsewhere. Shakib would generally go for about 35 to 45 in these kind of conditions. So it looks to me they're trying to get on with it. But I think they could play a little bit more measured. There's a bit of swing out there. There's a little bit of shape in the air. It's a fresh wicket, so there's a little bit of movement. Not much. Probably a little bit more in the wicket for the bowlers, I would think, in this fixture than previous games. So maybe the West Indies can just try and take it a little bit deeper, give themselves a little bit more time.
Bang on. Now, talking like a true wicket keeper. Yeah, look. 10 overs up. The Bangladeshis have to look for someone to bowl. Definitely play in the Windies' hand.
He's the third man for a single. Another good over for Bangladesh. 8 overs bowled, 34 for no loss.
চকলেটের সাথে ক্যারামেল রিভেলের টুইন কম্বিনেশন ভালো করতেই পারে মন। আমার বাবাও পছন্দ করবে। পোলার আইসক্রিম, মন ভালো থাক।
Frambush likes to run the ball down the third man. Tino, you've been in Ireland for a couple of weeks. Have you enjoyed your stay?
It's been lovely. Having a good chill in the land of my great-great-grandmother, Sarah Bess. I am an Irishman. Ireland runs through my veins. Not so much the cold.
Nice timing. Finds the man out backward point. Shea Hope, a little bit frustrated, you feel. He's found the fielders on a number of occasions, trying to pierce that offside. They've got a catching cover in place, a backward point, a square cover, mid-off, so it's hard to find the gap.
Some people might say, the viewers might say to themselves, isn't it raining? Why don't they come off? The thing about that is, it's a quick single, good calling, well fielded, cricket. The thing about it is that once you don't start in the rain, but it just comes and it starts to be like this now, it's just what you call white rain, drizzle. You can continue in it. It's something I learned while playing county cricket. Many occasions will be like, aren't we going off? Say, no, Tino, we didn't start in it, but we can stay in it. Oh, miserable up in Yorkshire, but such a beautiful place nevertheless. So if in the Caribbean that's happening, they're going to come off for sure, but not in this part of the world.
Well, unfortunately, if you came off for a drizzle in Ireland, you'd never get any cricket in. Drizzle, mizzle, rain, sleet. Two good teams here contesting the final. Ireland will be very disappointed not to be here. A final in Irish conditions and the home side not here, but West Indies and Bangladesh looking to win a trophy and bring some confidence into the World Cup, which is just around the corner. Slight misfield, come through for single. That's been testament to the Bangladesh bowlers. Very straight, attacking the top of the off stump.
And what has happened in the last couple of deliveries as well, Shea Hope has calmed down a little bit. A few shots previously maybe like the last eight, 9 balls he's faced. He's looked a little bit frustrated. I think he's kind of saying to himself, I have to hang in here. Let me just play the ball on its merit and just hang tight. But good bowling from Mataza. He's bowling wicket on wicket. That's what you want to see.
Well, again, last ball of the over. Sonny Lambert just runs into third man. Must be counting the balls. 9 overs bowled, 39 for no loss.
সর্বোৎকৃষ্ট কাঁচামালে তৈরি গাজী পিভিসি পাইপ আগাগোড়া মজবুত বাংলাদেশের সেরা পাইপ।
কাজী পাইপ আগে আসতে কত উপকারী না পাইতাম।
কাজী প্রথম, কাজী সেরা।
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি, এমনই টেস্ট, বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট। পানির প্রয়োজনে আমরা আছি সবসময় আপনার পাশে। বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক ব্যবহৃত পানির ট্যাঙ্ক গাজী ট্যাঙ্ক, গাজীর প্রথম, গাজী সেরা, বাংলাদেশের সমৃদ্ধিতে গাজী গ্রুপ।
Well, Sayeed in to continue from the Isfahani end. He has got a little bit of shape today. Attacking line of length. I like that. It's attacking bowling, attacking the top of the off stump, asking questions.
And what I like about Sayeed as well is his action. I think he has a nice, strong action. I would like to see from him if he can at least add maybe another 5 kilometers on his bowling. I think if he can do that, I think he can be a world-class bowler. When he gets the ball to outswing, gets it to straighten, and I like his action. If he can just put on 5K, I think he would be a good bowler for Bangladesh moving forward. That was well bowled again. Well, what I would like to see is a slip in place, especially when Ambrose is on strike. A wide slip, because he has the tendency of running the ball down to third man, and sometimes he doesn't pick the right ball. And that always happens when you're one of those players that like to run the ball. If Safadin and Mataza can continue bowling their line on length, I think he might run the ball down to the same place he was caught in the last game. So I think Mataza just missing the trick here.
Wonderful stroke. That's an absolute beauty. Flick leg side for a maximum.
Flick of the wrist. Oh, just a flick of the wrist. And he's gone into park. Look at this. Sayeed, you little beauty. Look at that. Stand and deliver. The ball was on leg side. Leg side, it was easy picking, but you still have to execute. And that was executed beautifully from Sayeed.
Well, that's a beautiful stroke. 3 boundaries is it, and the 1 maximum. So 18 of his 25 have come boundaries. So, old boy on his walk on a Friday morning.
He's chucking it back from the park. Surprised he doesn't have a dog with him. Yes, he is cold. Look at him. He is absolutely freezing. Let me see that arm. Oh, yes, that's a good arm, Pops. Oh, yes. Brilliant arm. Oh, that's indeed the Fed saying thank you. That is a big arm. Could have been a baseball player.
Well, if I was in that field, I might have stuck that ball in my pocket and got on me where anyway. Nice brand new Kookaburra ball.
And they're very expensive as well. So that's a good cricket shot. First maximum of the morning for the Windies.
I agree with you, good single. Your point about Ambrose is excellent. A wide slip would be a very good position. And the last time he ran that ball to third man, he went to the other end, asked the umpire, was it on stumps? So that to me tells Ambrose not sure where his off stump is. So a slip will be a good position.
That's what happens when you have those guys that like to run the ball. That's a ball I want to have that wide slip in place all the time. So I think Mataza has really dropped the ball on this occasion when it comes to Sunil Ambrose. Look at it again. Well, Sayeed was not interested at all. He just yelled out no. And I think that's the loudest time I've ever heard him say that. But look at this delivery again. Too close to cut. Sayeed has said, yep.
player. In the air, chipped. Should plug, should be hauled in. Ambrose wants 3. Hope wants 3. Good chip from Ambrose to finish the 10th. 50 for no loss.
আসছো তোমাকে গোলাপের ভালোবাসা তোর তুমি শুধুই আমার
পাইছি
কুদ্দুস ভাই
এই প্রথম স্ট্রবেরি ফ্লেভার বিস্কিটের পোলার স্ট্রবেরি আইসক্রিম কোন ভালো করতেই পারে মন কুদ্দুস ভাই কিন্তু খারাপ না পোলার আইসক্রিম মন ভালো থাকে
You spoke about line and length and watchfulness of batsmen and a little bit more concentration on that aspect of cricket by them. They could learn a bit here today.
Well, that's exactly where they've been. Thereabouts. Attack the top of the off stump. It's not a wicket where you can blast batsmen out with pace and bounce and seam movement. Hit a line and length. Make the batsmen do something they don't want to do. It's a good power play all the same. West Indies were 50 for no loss, so they'll be happy, but Bangladesh have bowled well. A couple of half chances created, but so far, game in the balance.
I think when you look across this series, no one has blasted at any stage in this series. They've largely played on good pitches. This one, as you say, is that little bit lower today. Actually, that's clever by Shea Hope there. There could have been total confusion there, and rightly, Ambrose was a wee bit confused. His back turn, and quite rightly, he went back. Clever batting from Hope.
Well, there's a clear misunderstanding between this pair. This is the 3rd time today there's been a miscommunication. They've been lucky. They haven't resulted in a run-out.
Well, again, a lot of that is to do with relationship as well, because largely over this series, the running by the West Indies has been very, very good.
Well, that's a great shot. Shea Hope smashes that one in the air, yes. Murtaza was hopeful. There was a shouted catch, but it was too hard, and the placement was good.
Well, if anything, just a little bit wide, but again, from a bowling point of view, it wasn't a bad length at all. It was hit in the air, placement to key, and it races to the boundary, and you can see from the reaction of Murtaza, he won't be that worried about that.
Well, as a bowler, that's what you want. Make them hit. Okay, it's not his best ball, but it's a decent length. Make them hit a good length and take a chance. Punches. Wants 2. Should get 2. Well, there's a clear misunderstanding. One batsman wanting 2, the other one not.
Come boys, come boys, come boys, come boys.
Well, all I've watched of Shea Hope in this series, he's always pushing 2s. You can clearly see, look, he's off. I don't know yet. Ambrose having a bit of a giggle.
Well, they won't be laughing if one of them gets run out. So they need to sort their calling out here.
Worst way to get out in cricket. No.
You've been very impressed with Hope this series, Alan. Very fine player. Big part to play, you think, for the West Indies in the World Cup?
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's going to be very interesting because he's just clocked up so many runs opening the batting. His record opening the batting over the last couple of innings has been spectacular. And the thing that I like so much about him is just his technical work. He's technically so good. And he's done ever so well. Carry out there at the end of the 11th, 57 without loss.
Come on, boys!
আমার বিশ্বাস বিশুদ্ধ পানি উৎপাদনে প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার সর্বোচ্চ মান নিয়ন্ত্রণের ক্ষেত্রে কোনো কম্প্রোমাইজ করে না। প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার, এক বোতল প্রাণ শক্তি। গাজী টায়ার, নিরাপদ হোক পথ চলা।
গাজী স্টোভ একদিকে যেমন গ্যাস সাশ্রয়ী, তেমনি রান্নার লোডও নিতে পারে প্রচুর। গাজী স্টোভ কিচেনের পারফেক্ট পার্টনার।
তোরা দেখ দেখ।
Is a class act, as his record will tell you. And bouncing back is part of cricket.
Well, this is good captaincy here from Matazi. He's put a slip in place. Myself and Tina were going on and on about it. Viewers must have been frustrated listening. We wanted a slip in place, and all of a sudden the Fizz, who's a more senior statesman, probably told the captain, give me a slip. Siphoned in early in his career, maybe hasn't got the confidence to take to Matazi, I want a slip.
And the interesting piece, just look how wide he is. He's there for that dab. It's not alone a catching position, also a run-saving position. Push your third man that little bit wider.
Pulled away with real authority. Smash leg side. Sonal Ambris can run at the third man, so smashes it for 4.
Actually wasn't all that short, that, but he's just nearly, in a sense, premeditated. Whacked that in front of square for 4. Great shot. Destructive batsman, Niall.
He's a good player, a lot of ability. I hadn't seen a great deal of him before this series, I must admit, but I've been very impressed. A clean striker of the ball, looks hungry for runs, aggressive, taking the attack to the bowler. Another option for the West Indies moving forward next couple of years at the top of the order. Good short ball, but just going back to the bowler requesting a field, and you captain Ireland for many years. At which stage do you tell a bowler what field, and at which stage do you accept?
I think first and foremost you must trust your bowler. You must give your bowler confidence. If it's the sort of thing that he feels will work for him, you go with it. There's certain times in a game you may have to do Sergeant Major on it, in terms of the aspect, the way you're thinking about a team. And I think clearly someone like Owen Morgan would be very direct about that type of thing, but you will always back your bowler. Another great shot. Full from the Fizz, but it's been smashed down the ground by Ambris. And he's taking control here for the West Indies. Some great batting.
Well, foot stays leg side. Gives himself access to the ball. Too wide, too full from the Fizz. Easy pickings for a man of Sonal Ambris' form. It's a cold day, but they're warm in applause.
That's been another significant piece. It's the way the batsmen have latched on to width. Width is the key thing here, and anything that is wide or in any way offline, they're looking to manoeuvre it away. They've largely coasted here to 65 as we get to the end of the 12th.
Well, short ball, put away. Third for the over, Sonal Ambris getting into his groove.
Here's another question for you. I just wonder, when there's so many things going on in a bowler's mind, and we talk about this thing top of off stump, and we look at this over so far, probably from a ball, his first boundary that he hit, there wasn't all that bad a ball, and suddenly we have a bumper, wide long half volley, bumper. What goes through a bowler's mind? You've spoken to them enough, you've been behind the poles.
Well, we might come back to that conversation, because it might need more than one ball. might be a wide. Short ball, gets away with it. 12 overs bowled, 69 for no loss.
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি এমনই টেস্ট বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট
আরে ভাবি নতুন গাড়ি না নতুন আম্মু কত বড় কত বড় কত বড়
পোলার জাফরান মালা আইসক্রিমে জাফরান ছানা কিসমিস খেজুর ও বাদামের দারুণ মিশ্রণ ভালো করতেই পারে মন পোলার আইসক্রিম মন ভালো থাক
Great start here for the West Indies, losing the toss, being inserted by Mashrafi Mortaza, 69 for no loss. Got a change of bowling at the polar end. Mossadegh Hussain, right-arm off spinner. Early in his career, not a great average. Economy rate is good, and a best of 3 for 13. He'll be hoping for something similar today.
Well, this will be the facet of the game for me. How West Indies attack slow bowling, which they have not done at any stage in this series. Very few sweeps. And again, interesting now, which is something they haven't done in previous games. Bangladesh, man posted out in the deep mid-wicket boundary, which they hadn't bothered with up to this particular game. So good tactics from them.
Yeah, everyone up on the offside for the offie. They're not a sweeping nation. You don't think of West Indies in the last 10 years as sweepers. You think of Gale, Samuels, the Bravos of this world. They're not big sweepers of the ball, more power players. But this current side haven't used their power at all this series. They've been very watchful against spin.
Sayeed!
It's something I've been really surprised with, because when you look around the world of international cricket, it's such a profitable shot if played correctly and well.
We'll wait and see is the call. No Shakib today, of course, of Bangladesh, so that's a plus for the West Indies. Right arm offie, Mossadegh. It's going to be wide leg side.
It's a funny one, because it obviously in that game against Darlan Shakib, side strain, difficult sometimes for a bowler, but he did it batting, obviously. Such a pivotal player for Bangladesh, as we know, so he'll be wrapping cotton wool for the next week or two, I would imagine.
Well, from Dhaka to Chattogram to Khulna to Sylhet, they'll all be keeping their fingers and toes crossed as Shakib comes through this injury. Short, pulled away. They've got protection, as you mentioned, Alan, but such a huge star in Bangladesh, Shakib. Pivotal player, you would think, for Bangladesh to have any chance of going to the knockout stage of the World Cup. He needs to be fit and firing.
Well, he's just the type of player I love watching right throughout his career. His calmness, his variety when he bowls, and the speed with which he bowls an over. If he's got 3 dots early, he's through you in a minute and 15 seconds, and you think, where have you gone? And I always remember in the late stage of our career, my career, Hansi Cronje talked about that, how games can be lost in the middle overs. And if you look at the games they've lost against Bangladesh in this series, it's the middle overs they've lost it.
Good work. Miraz at mid-wicket, 13 overs bowled, 74 for no loss.
সর্বোৎকৃষ্ট কাঁচামালে তৈরি গাজী পিভিসি পাইপ আগাগোড়া মজবুত বাংলাদেশের সেরা পাইপ
কাজী পাইপ আগে আসলে কত উপকারী না পাইতাম
কাজী প্রথম কাজী সেরা
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি এমনই টেস্ট বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট পানির প্রয়োজনে আমরা আছি সবসময় আপনার পাশে বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক ব্যবহৃত পানির ট্যাঙ্ক গাজী ট্যাঙ্ক গাজী প্রথম গাজী সেরা বাংলাদেশের সমৃদ্ধিতে গাজী গ্রুপ
On the final of the Walton Tri-Series, West Indies batting first. Moved on well, it must be said. 74 for no loss. Hope 34, Ambers 38. Double change. Mehdi Miraz is into the attack from the Isfahani end, so double off spin, Alan.
Yeah, interesting. The fizz just given one over by his skipper, possibly putting the naughty chair. So Mahidi is on. He's done a good job for his team. Mahidi Miraz, 21 years of age. Reasonably good numbers there. Again, in any of these jobs that spinners do for your team, that economy rate is so important. And that's good. 4.36. Up there with the best.
Yeah, series so far. 3 games. He sat a game out, rested. 2 wickets only, but economy 3.95. Wonderful young cricketer. He can hold the bat, very good in the field. He's got leadership experience in the Bangladesh Premier League. So a nice foil, you would think, for Shakib Al Hassan, left arm. Obviously not playing today, but generally left arm one end, right arm off the other. And as you mentioned, get through the overs quickly. All of a sudden, on top of the opposition.
Good shot that. It's gone wide, easy too. And Tamim, who's patrolled that area for all of this series. He must just go there metronomically. Haven't seen him anywhere else.
Used to be a slip fielder, Tamim, many years ago, but patrols the boundary nowadays. Flighted. Worked easily for a single. It'll be interesting to see if these two West Indies right-hand batsmen, the ball turning in. If they go downtown, if they take the off-spinner on, not huge boundaries here at Malahide, so if you're willing to commit to the stroke, hit through the line, you've got a good chance of carrying the boundary.
Well, you played a lot more on this ground than I did. Obviously, it was a redeveloped ground, but it's a difficult ground to defend. Angles are quite difficult here.
Good shot. 2's a call. Should easily get there. Tamim again will trot around and retrieve, but he can't keep it to a single, so another 2 for Hope. It's a good ground for batting. Once you get in this ground, you can score quickly. Very hard to restrict. As a spin bowler, I always felt if you, especially finger spin, if you can get close to the pitch and hit through the line, you can carry the boundary easily. We just haven't seen that intent from the West Indies all series, which has been, well, perplexing, to be honest.
Maybe they've been lulling us now because without a great degree of express, or they've cantered to 80. They've done well. Interesting too. Both batsmen actually set up pretty similar, don't they? Ambrose and Hope.
Well, Ambrose, you would think, is a bit more of a hitter. Hope probably a bit more elegant, easy on the eye, you would say.
Yes, sir.
Dot to finish. Good over for the West Indies though. 14 ball, 80 for no loss.
নতুন টুইনি কাপ আইসক্রিম ভ্যানিলার সাথে স্ট্রবেরি রিপলের টুইন কম্বিনেশন ভালো করতেই পারে মন আমার বাবাও পছন্দ করবে পোলার আইসক্রিম মন ভালো থাক
Today, the passing of Keith Van Anderson was a wonderful cricket supporter, not just the West Indies, of all cricket, especially at Lords. You can often see him in the long room there.
Well, you never missed him. Great character, and sad to see his passing today.
এবার উপরে থাক ওড়ালে
There just appears to be a wee bit more urgency about their play against spin. Obviously, that little bit easier, ball turning into you, working it away on the leg side. But there's just that little bit more urgency about the West Indies today.
Yeah, I would agree. And although we have overcast conditions, a little bit of drizzle or mizzle or whatever you want to call it in the air, it looks a good pitch. You did the picture. You would think 300 would be thereabouts as a par score.
Yeah, the only thing I thought in bowling first was it was a soft day in Ireland, and if there was going to be any sort of movement, the feature right throughout this tournament has been the lack of early wickets. And again, it's a symptom again today. West Indies no loss. Not on the 15th over and on 83 already. Doing very well.
A soft day. I'm 37. I've never heard that expression in my life.
You haven't been around too much looking. There always people down the country talk about a soft day. Soft day, Niall. Soft day today. 12 degrees. Look at him. This is up with Kumar Sangakkar. I thought that was in the stand.
Well, finds the fielder. 15 overs bowled, 84 for no loss.
আমার বিশ্বাস বিশুদ্ধ পানি উৎপাদনে প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার সর্বোচ্চ মান নিয়ন্ত্রণের ক্ষেত্রে কোনো কম্প্রোমাইজ করে না। প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার, এক বোতল প্রাণ শক্তি। গাজিটার নিরাপদ হোক পথচলা। এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি, এমনই টেস্ট, বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট।
37-year-old Irishman. Never heard of a soft day, huh? These young fellas.
Dear old mate. Hasn't been round enough, JK.
Used to be soft day, thank God, wasn't it?
Both spinners a little bit short here. A lot of balls being played off the back foot. Better there from Mahidi. Get it up above the eye line. Bring the batsman forward.
Well, the West Indies opening partnership going well here. 87 without loss now in the 16th over. Mortaza and Saifuddin working in tandem together. Actually started quite well in the bowling department for Bangladesh. Remember, won the toss, decided to field. But since those opening overs, Hope and Ambrose really have settled into the task well. And Ambrose has been in terrific form recently. We know that in this series. Replacing John Campbell at the top of the order. Making a wonderful 148 against Ireland. He's closing in on his 50 after only 53 deliveries, and Hope a run a ball, really.
Well, they've both been gorging on runs in this Tri-Nation series.
Hello, good boy, good boy.
They've played ever so well.
Good boy.
But there's a different sense of urgency about the West Indies today. I just sense it.
Well ball.
Pushed down the ground by Hope for another single. Yeah, interesting to hear as well. Jason Holden, captain, talked to Niall O'Brien at the toss. Niall asked him about the fielding. We'll get to that in a second. 88 without loss.
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি, এমনই টেস্ট, বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট।
তোমাকে গোলাপের ভালোবাসা। ধুর, তুমি শুধুই আমার। তুমি শুধুই আমার। কোথায়?
এই প্রথম স্ট্রবেরি ফ্লেভারড বিস্কিটের পোলার স্ট্রবেরি আইসক্রিম কোন ভালো করতেই পারে মন, তাই কিন্তু খারাপ না। পোলার আইসক্রিম মন ভালো থাকে।
88 without loss. Change of bowling now from the polar end. Sabir Rahman. his leg breaks. Just alluding to the fact that Jason Holder talking to Niall O'Brien before the toss, or during the toss, saying that they've been working on their feelings. It's something that's let them down a little bit in this tri-series, and they have to work hard at it. There's a World Cup coming.
And the other part is being the urgency in these middle overs. And that has changed somewhat, and you can sense it by the way Bangladesh are ringing the changes. So Sabir coming on. Just changing things up now, Mukteza.
Kettleborough unmoved. The block hold has got him his leg though. Worth a shout. Like a 2 here. Yeah, Ambrose is calling hold back. The running on the first one quick.
Well, he's just got that wide of long off, and instinctively when he hit the ball he knew there was 2, and a very comfortable 2 there was.
I just want to mention the passing of a Dublin football legend, Anton O'Toole, the Blue Panther they used to call him. Died today at the age of 68. Dublin football in mourning over his sad passing today. Wonderful footballer, Blue Panther. May he rest in peace.
That's it, JK. The feature we haven't seen from the West Indies. Ambrose advancing down the pitch there.
Himself a bit of room there, just trying to crack that square of the wicket. Didn't quite come off. Single to end the 17th, 91 without loss.
সর্বোৎকৃষ্ট কাঁচামালে তৈরি কাজী পিভিসি পাইপ আগাগোড়া মজবুত বাংলাদেশের সেরা পাইপ কাজী পাইপ আগে আসলে কত গাড়িটা পাইতাম কাজী প্রথম কাজী এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি এমনই টেস্ট বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট পানির প্রয়োজনে আমরা আছি সবসময় আপনার পাশে বাংলাদেশের সর্বাধিক ব্যবহৃত পানির ট্যাঙ্ক কাজী ট্যাঙ্ক কাজী প্রথম কাজী সেরা বাংলাদেশের সমৃদ্ধিতে কাজী গ্রুপ।
That's the bowling figures. Fizzy getting treatment. Need to be taken off at the end of his 1 over. Hoping Ambrose fill their boots. Helmet now for Ambrose. He's been using the cap against the spinners, but going back to a bit of pace now. Bangladesh winning the toss, deciding to put West Indies in. 36 meeting between these sides in ODI. West Indies and the whip hand really winning 21 of those. Bangladesh 13, 2 no results. It's the first time indeed Bangladesh and the West Indies are meeting in a final in international cricket. 6 times Bangladesh have been in various finals, yet to win one. West Indies themselves have won ODI series or tournament in nearly 5 years. So Fizzy's back. Mustafizur Rahman went for 12 in his opening over. Ambrose 4 short now of his half-century. Last average for 5 ODIs, or last 5 ODIs is 260, but the way these pair have gone about it, after 17 overs, 92 without a loss, they'll be fancying something close to the 300 mark, if not beyond it. Lovely shot. It's the man down there. Just a single though. Textbook.
Yeah, the Fizz back in the attack. After a strange opening over from him. Just didn't really settle. And he will be hoping to make amends now. Such premium on a disciplined line and length. As I said earlier, the focus for most of the batsmen in this series is any width at all, cash in.
Spits and spots of rain. Thankfully, since it passes by, hopefully that's all we'll see today.
May need a bit of luck there. Jonas has been rain in the air, but gladly it hasn't come down at any serious level to take players from the field.
And the most important thing is we got a start this morning as well. We could have been lingering around. Spits and spots of rain they can play through, and hopefully that's all it'll be. Good shot, Shea-Hope. Running to do for the fielders. They won't cut that off though as it heads down towards the hospitality suites. And a nice shot from Hope to take him too short of his half century.
One of the features of driving, it's that high top hand and these slaps through the offside, and again placement from Hope, perfection. And it's the skill of a great player or a really good player when you get a loose delivery that you do put it away for a boundary. And Hope's placement throughout this series has been exquisite.
Fizz has gone for 5, so that's 17 he's gone for. Only one of the bit overs, going around the wicket this time. Was player of the match in the second match against the Windies, which Bangladesh won by 5 wickets, taking 4 for this opening pair. Like what they see for the Fizz so far. Down the ground, and that's gone all the way.
It's a maximum for Shea-Hope, and it's a maximum that has brought him his 50, 54 now from 50 deliveries, and he just goes from strength to strength, Shea-Hope. He's hungry for runs. Every innings he's impressed. Didn't get all of that, but the straight hits, of course, John, here in Malahide aren't that excessive, and it just crept over the boundary. But he's played beautifully for his 54 to date, and he's been a pleasure to watch throughout this series.
He really has. Scores of 170, 109, 20, 87. Now past his half century. He is a man in form, and the Windies supporters will be delighted to see him playing so well ahead of the World Cup at the end of the month. Should go back for 2 here. I feel like just a little slippy with the spits and spots of rain we've had over the last hour or so.
And that's the end of the 18th.
আরে ভাবি নতুন গাড়ি না নতুন আম্মু কত বড় কপ কত বড় কপ কত বড় কপ
পোলার জাফরান বানা আইসক্রিমে জাফরান ছানা কিসমিস খেজুর ও বাদামের দারুণ মিশ্রণ ভালো করতেই পারে পোলার আইসক্রিম মন ভালো থাকে এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি এমনই টেস্ট বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট
পোলার নতুন টুইনি কাপ আইসক্রিম, ভ্যানিলার সাথে স্ট্রবেরি রিপেলের টুইন কম্বিনেশন, ভালো করতেই পারে মন। আমার বাবাও পছন্দ করবে। পোলার আইসক্রিম, মন ভালো থাক।
In the West Indies morning, put into bat. Say up on 56, Ambrose on 47, past the century mark now after 18 overs.
And of course, two batsmen in great form here, right throughout this series, and again, just showing it here, some exquisite shots. That in particular, taken off leg stump out of the ground. And it's been the placement, quality of the stroke play. Again, it's just symptomatic of two batsmen in great form, and they've taken the West Indies to a great start. There's been a fresh energy about them in particular.
There's the bowling figures. Mustafizur has been pumped 25 from just 2 overs. And last over he got 4 and a 6, which took hope to his half century. The bad start between Mortaza and Saifuddin, the first 5 or 6 overs in their spell. The West Indies just a little worried, and since then these two have started to open up the shoulders and the feet on the accelerator and take themselves past the century.
Well, one set of bowling figures that struggle there is the Fizz. 2 overs for 25, but even the way they've worked spin around the place, of course, no Shakib here today. Showing those different angles. Regulation finger spin, which is that bit easier.
এটাই বেস্ট প্রাণ ঝালমুড়ি এমনই টেস্ট বাকি সব কিছু থেকে এটাই বেস্ট
Coming up to reach that half century, he acquired physio on the ground to his back, managed to carry on to get his half century before he retired hurt. Obviously we'll try to get to that particular mark, so they're not going to risk him today. So Shakib Al Hassan out. Rubal Hassan played today, he's also out. Ahmed Giant, he was the man who was man of the match, took 5 for it against Ireland. He also misses out today.
I'm sure he's not happy with that. Did a good job against Ireland in only his second ODI. 5 wickets for him. That's an extraordinary shot. Don't know what he was
You're calling that a shot? It's very strange.
A bit of a scoop there from me. 2 minds, Ambrose. I think he was just trying to get a little dab sweep and then changed his mind. Didn't look very elegant, that job.
No, like Bambi on ice. Better. There is a man out there.
Obviously not the greatest of deliveries, but a wee bit of turn there for Shabir. Which there hasn't been a huge amount of in this series. The pitches largely have been very, very good.
Good for batting. It's going to fall short. Still 1 hop.
And again, that's the sort of ball as a batsman you can think maximum, but hope. Still believes he's got to build. Well played by him. Knew exactly what he was doing there. So easy to hole out. Probably the furthest part of the ground today.
Remember, it's too shy of his 50. They're going to push for the second, will they? And it's a good stop on the boundary, so they're going to cruise through. And Sonny Lambris, who's in terrific form with the bat, having replaced John Campbell at the top of the order for the West Indies, reaches a milestone for him. Another 50 off just 60 deliveries. Both have now gone past their half century. Good batting, Sonny Lambris.
Played very well, these two. And again, Lambris in a rich vein of form. Big scores in this tournament. And this pair have forged a very good partnership. I sense that might be 4 more, John. Loose delivery from Sabir, not a very good ball at all. Squirted off a thick outside edge, but it was meat and drink out there. Yes, indeed.
First time in the series we're getting music to boundaries. Boston more than a feeling. As that ball flew away to the boundary. Fizz couldn't cut that off. Take a single off that. 113 without loss. 114 without loss.
আমার বিশ্বাস বিশুদ্ধ পানি উৎপাদনে প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার সর্বোচ্চ মান নিয়ন্ত্রণের ক্ষেত্রে কোনো কম্প্রোমাইজ করে না। প্রাণ ড্রিঙ্কিং ওয়াটার, এক বোতল প্রাণ শক্তি। গাজী টায়ার, নিরাপদ হোক পথ চলা।
কি প্রবলেম?
আমরা বোর।
বোর? এই যে ক্যাসেল দেখছো না? আর এই যে প্রিন্সেস পিঙ্কি, এই যে দেখো পাইরেট জনি।
সুপার চিকেন আর সুপার মশলা ফ্লেভারের সুপার টেস্টি ইবাদ এগ ইনস্ট্যান্ট নুডলস যখন এত মজা, মজা তখন ঠেকায় কে? এগিয়ে চলো কল্পনার রাজ্যে।
5 for 34 against Zimbabwe in Dhaka in November 2015. They'll be feeling a little aggrieved to be sitting on the sidelines, perhaps. Especially the way these two are batting.
Batted exceptionally well. And really have coasted with ease to 115, not even in the 20th over. So we'll now, as a team, be looking for a score well in excess of 300, which throughout this tournament, and again throughout all international cricket as we move into a World Cup, one doesn't know really where a par score is on a half reasonable pitch.
He won't stop that. Straight past the bowler's outstretched arm, crashed down the ground for 4. Shea Hope is looking in imperious form out there. What a thump. And umpire Reynolds had to take a phase of action.
Say umpire Reynolds was thinking for a moment. Oof, lucky man there. Of course, you see umpires these days wearing arm guards, arm shields. These players with these...
Might have had a box in there, actually.
Well,
that was close.
You would consider it. I think what's happening here, John, is Hope is lining up Fizz. He's really struggled. None for 30 of 2.3 over so far. Confidence will be down. And he's looking to cash in here. Tough time so far for Fizz. That's another example. Just thinking runs at the moment. Hope nearly in a sense premeditating there. Sometimes this can be a premeditated decision between two players. As a bowler you look to attack with greater venom. And the Fizz is feeling the heat at the moment.
Yeah, you just wonder how long they're going to persist with him. He really has been thumped around the ground. 31 he's conceded so far. Make that 32. And 3 to that. He's going to roll all the way for 4.
Real struggle at the moment, just eased around there from Ambrose. Extraordinary looking shot again, but with 45 in the circle, it's on.
Just had so much time to play the shot. That was the one thing about that. He just waited and waited and just flipped it round the corner.
It's like a naked aggression here from the West Indies. In a sense, surprising Bangladesh a wee bit. That's probably going to be a wide, and indeed it is. Paul Reynolds pushing to the assistance of Richard Kettleborough. Eyes across. Again, maybe a measure of where the bowler is just at this point in time. Already conceded 36 runs, and he still has to complete his third over. So tough times for the Fizz.
Spits and spots of rain are back. We can see supporters out of shot there. One or two umbrellas are up. He finally gets one past the bat to end the 20th. 125 without loss.
পোলার নতুন টুইনি কাপ আইসক্রিম, চকলেটের সাথে ক্যারামেল রিপেলের টুইন কম্বিনেশন, ভালো করতেই পারে মন। আমার বাবাও পছন্দ করবে। পোলার আইসক্রিম, মন ভালো থাক।
Shy Hope on 62, Sonny Lambris on 59. Pretty much going toe to toe. Look at that. If they get 8 and over from here, that would be a big score. Still a long way to go. But the Windies will be happy, Tino.
Absolutely. Look at my good friend Shane Dorridge. He looks like he's absolutely freezing. Like drizzle.
Well, a soft day here, as we've been discussing. Soft today.
Oh, look up poor Shane. Oh, he's absolutely freezing his little butt off. They call him Shark Man. Good little keeper. But yeah, West Indies, good start once again. But I'll tell you what, I would love to see
Tries to catch it. Well, nearly get there in the commentary box. Has gone for a straight one. Second six of the innings, and Hope has got both of them.
more like fetching for sure. Too full. Mirage and beautifully played by Shea Hope. And I think they're going to call the covers on. It's gotten very heavy here.
Yeah, it's going to be a break for rain, sadly. Hopefully it won't be too long. It's just been getting a little bit heavier out there, so the ground staff here ready with the covers. We had one match abandoned, Ireland against Bangladesh, but this is the first interruption we've had actually for rain. West Indies on 131 without loss in the 21st over.
Yes, indeed. I think it doesn't look dark. It looks a little hazy. Doesn't look a lot of rain cloud around. Hopefully it eases up. Back on. Good start from the Windies. I was trying to get to the point that even though the West Indies have had a brilliant start, 131 without loss, I would still like to see a guy like Darren Bravo get in there and get some runs and get some confidence going into the World Cup. I know that after this Tri-Nation Series, the West Indies still have 3 warm-up games before they play their first game in the World Cup. I'd like to see him get some runs under his belt. It's going to be very critical for the Windies. Darren Bravo just pulling the covers on.
Yeah, they're not using the roll-on covers so far. It's just a big tarpaulin at the moment. Some coverage on the pitch just to look after it. 131 without loss. Shea Hope on 68. And Sonny Lambris on 59. We're off for rain for the moment.
Hasn't been good going. Bangladeshis. Not a wicket at all. Taza, Safadin, a little expensive. And the face, oh, one of his best days. It's cold, it's wet. The ball hasn't been going in the Bangladesh court at all.
So for the moment, the players are off because of rain. West Indies 131 without loss. We're in the 21st over. West Indies being put into bat after Bangladesh won the toss. We'll be back shortly when we have more news of a resumption.